There is a kind of strength that does not shout, does not intimidate, does not demand to be seen. It is the strength of the one who asks the right question at the right moment. You've seen people argue, fight, and defend opinions with their whole identity as if losing a point means losing themselves. They waste energy trying to win, but the wise know something different. You don't win by force, you win by clarity. A single question can cut deeper than any insult, any lecture, any speech. Socrates understood this. He never needed to defeat others. He simply revealed what was already weak inside their argument. No raised voice, no dramatic display, just calm inquiry, razor sharp and precise, while others stacked words to protect their ego. Socrates removed the foundation brick by brick, and the structure fell by itself. This is not a tactic for domination. It is a discipline of the mind, a training of perception, a weapon that demands restraint. Before you use it on others, you must learn to use it on yourself. Most people are not thinking, they are reacting. They repeat what they've heard. They defend what they've never examined. They stand on beliefs built by someone else. This is why arguments drain you, because you are wrestling with ghosts, not minds. A belief that was never chosen cannot be defended. It can only be protected emotionally. That is why people raise their voice, get offended, shut down, or attack when challenged. They are not defending truth. They are defending a wound. A question, however, asked calmly, bypasses the armor. It goes straight to the root. It forces awareness, and awareness is uncomfortable for the unprepared. When you ask, how do you know? You are not attacking. You are inviting them to step into their own mind. Some cannot, some refuse, some will crumble, but a few will awaken. And that is what matters. Because the one who questions is not a destroyer. The one who questions is a liberator. If the intention is pure, the first discipline of this method is stillness. Not silence out of fear, but silence out of precision. When others rush to speak, you wait. When they try to convince, you observe. When they push, you do not move. This unsettles people because most have never faced someone who does not need to prove anything. In this pause, you gain the advantage. You begin to see the true shape of their belief, where it came from, what emotion sustains it, and where it is weakest. The impatient reveal themselves. The proud expose their insecurity. The confident reveal their foundation. Stillness is not passive. It is the sharpening of the blade before it is used. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The mind that is still sees clearly." You cannot question effectively if your ego is screaming for victory. You must be detached from the outcome, because the one who is not afraid to lose cannot be defeated. The question is your blade. Stillness is your grip. Now we begin the first question. What makes you believe that? Ask it slowly. Ask it without emotion. This question pierces directly into the foundation of a belief. Most people cannot answer it. They will say, "It's just true," or "Everyone knows that," or "I've always thought so." But these are not reasons. They are habits. A belief without origin is a belief without strength. When you ask this question, you are not challenging the conclusion. You are challenging the source. You are asking them to open the box they never opened, to look at something they have been carrying for years without inspection. This moment is uncomfortable. You must hold the silence. Do not fill it. Let them sit in it. Either way, awareness has started. The second question cuts deeper. What are you assuming? Every claim stands on hidden layers, values, fears, expectations, and unspoken rules. Most arguments happen above the surface, while the real cause lies beneath. When you ask, "What are you assuming?" you shine a light underground. Many discover their belief was never theirs to begin with. It was inherited, absorbed. And when they see that, the belief weakens, not by force, but by realization. You are not destroying them. You are helping them see the chains they didn't know they were wearing. The third question is the test of humility. What evidence would change your mind? If the answer is nothing, then the conversation is already over. A mind that cannot be changed is not thinking. It is protecting. A strong mind wants to be corrected when mistaken. If they refuse, do not argue. A closed mind must be left to time. Life will become the teacher they refuse to hear. The fourth question shifts perspective. How would someone who disagrees with you explain this? This forces the mind to step outside itself. If a person cannot articulate the opposing view, they do not understand the issue. They are merely defending their side. This does not attack, it expands. And with that realization, pride loses its grip. The mind opens. The fifth question pulls theory into reality. What would happen if everyone lived by that belief? A belief is only wise if it holds true for all, not just when it benefits the speaker. This question exposes selfishness disguised as logic and forces the belief into the light of reality. Truth does not fear being tested. Only falsehood demands protection. Now that you understand the 5 questions, you must learn the discipline that makes them powerful. Strategic silence. After asking, say nothing. Silence forces the mind to think. Your silence is not absence. Your silence is control. The next discipline is the clarification loop. When answers are vague, ask again and again until the belief is either strengthened or breaks. Only insecurity fears detail. The third discipline is the example test. Ask, can you give me a real example? Most arguments collapse here because they were never based on experience, only assumption. The fourth discipline is the consistency check. When someone contradicts themselves, simply reflect it. Recognizing one's own inconsistency is the first step toward integrity. Before using these questions on others, you must turn them inward. The unexamined mind is a battlefield where fear leads. Ego commands and impulse wins. Ask yourself, what beliefs do I defend without evidence? What assumptions shape my identity? What evidence would make me evolve? Can I understand the opposing view without distortion? Would the world remain stable if everyone thought like me? These questions are not gentle. They strip away excuses. They demand honesty. Growth begins the moment the story cracks. Now we address the inner reaction, the emotional surge that rises when your beliefs are challenged. If you cannot control this reaction, the method becomes useless. When your heart rate increases, slow your breathing. When you feel the urge to interrupt, remain silent. When you want to prove your point, observe instead of reacting. The one who remains calm controls themselves. The one who controls themselves cannot be defeated. Now we turn to intention. If your goal is to humiliate, your tone will betray you and the mind will close. But if your intention is to guide toward clarity, your presence will feel different. The manipulator uses questions to corner. The philosopher uses them to free. Master your intention or your questions become poison. There will be times when someone resists thinking. They protect beliefs like armor. Do not push. Do not argue. You cannot wake someone who is committed to sleeping. Your job is to open a door, not force them through it. Some awaken only when life applies pressure. Your duty is to stay awake yourself. Now we shift to self-command. Use the Socratic Method on your own thoughts. When you tell yourself, I can't change, ask why. When you say I'll start tomorrow, question the assumption that tomorrow is guaranteed. When you think I'll fail, examine what evidence actually supports that thought. The warrior of the mind is not the one who feels no weakness, but the one who questions the voice of weakness and refuses to obey it. Most suffering is self-created. You worry about outcomes that haven't happened. Replay conversations that are finished. Fear judgments that no one is thinking. Ask, what exactly am I afraid of? What discomfort am I avoiding? What proves this thought is true? Most chains or assumptions never examined. Now questioning becomes transformation. Once inherited beliefs and emotional assumptions fall away. Something appears, choice. Clarity demands action. Once you truly understand your mind, you can no longer pretend you are powerless. And finally, we arrive at the conclusion. You now hold a power that most never will. Not the power to dominate others, but to see clearly. Use this power to awaken, not to humiliate. A Stoic seeks victory over the self, not others. Ask boldly, think deeply, speak sparingly, act with discipline. And when you finish this message, comment these 3 words, I choose awareness. Not for me, but for yourself, because the moment you choose awareness, your life no longer runs on autopilot. It runs on purpose. Your new chapter begins now. You and I both know that life doesn't change just because we understand something. Life changes when we apply it. When we stop running on autopilot. When we stop accepting every thought we have as truth. When we begin to question ourselves with the same intensity we use to judge the world around us. So today, I want you to take one step, not a dramatic one, not a heroic one, just one moment of awareness. The next time anger rises, pause. The next time doubt speaks, question it. The next time fear tries to control your direction, challenge it. Because the strongest version of you is already there, waiting beneath the noise. And if you found value here, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this message gently with someone who needs clarity, not force. Thank you for listening. This is Stoic Psychology, where we don't just learn how to think, we learn how to live.